Here we are at one of our favorite lakes. Just a quick trip in town in wine country, California, Sonoma County, and we're going to see if we can pull something out of here. Get our hook through the hook eye. There it is. So what we've got is about 20 feet of 15-pound fluorocarbon on about 30 to 40-pound braid, which is right here. Starts right here. And we use that because we can go weightless with the braid. It's pretty, it just flies off the reel. We really like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up a plastic worm, one of the smaller ones, and see if we can get any to bite here. Gonna rig it Texas, just a little bit of knob on the worm and then run it down the shank of the hook. That should do it. Got some of our worms. Some of these 5-inch trick worms. 5-inch trick worms. Green Pumpkin from Sportsmans Warehouse have been, for some reason, the hot ticket. We use the Yamamotos when we're doing big fish, gorilla fishing in the weeds, straight in the weeds, straight in the trees, and throwing it hard into the bushes. So we're going to grab one that we repaired and just run it like you would normally do a summertime bass worm. A little bit in the head, run it up just a little bit. We like to get it past that knot because the knot will help secure it on. Run it past the knot, that knot will help secure it on. Turn it around so you have that slot where the hook's going to go, and then bring it right up through there and kind of seat it right in that slot, there, so it's not catching any brush, but as soon as something hits it, it's going to go. This is a worm it was like broken. Caught a few fish on it, and we just used a little bit of heat to bring it back to life. We've cut down on our expenditures that require having to go buy worms all the time. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Like I say, with the braided line and the weight of the worm, you don't even really need a weight, especially if you just want it to kind of float on top of the weeds. And we just let it sit. I mean, we'll let it sit a few good minutes. See if anything takes it. You don't have a weight on it, so you're not going to have a whole lot of tight line right to the worm, and that's okay. When they take these worms, the fish around here, they just really bite them and hang on to them. So also with the braid and the monofilament, you feel everything, even if there's a little belly in the line, all the way down to the hook. We'll see if we can get one to take it. We're going to sit here for a couple of minutes, not even moving it. Then we'll give it a twitch. Not much. Get any slack line. That's not going to affect the worm. Go ahead and reel it up. Let it sit. Give it a couple of twitches. That fish knows it's down there, so not a whole lot you need to do. As soon as that thing hit the water, their radar went off and said, hey, there's some food in there, we're going to go after it. Keep pumping it a little bit. Might even bring it off the bottom and then just let it fall right back down. And they'll usually hit it on the fall if they've been looking at it, or some new fish have come into the location where the worm is. Pump it a little bit. And there's all kinds of things you can do. You can, crawl it along the bottom a little bit. You can bring it in fast if you like. You never know. They might be in a striking attitude where they'll just jump on it before they think it's going to get away. Bring it in, bring it in. Got it right by the end of those tules. Ideally, right in the middle of those tules is where we'd like. See if we can pull them up. That green pumpkin, they just love that green pumpkin. Trick sticks, 5-inch trick sticks from Sportsmans Warehouse. I don't know what it is. We pulled them out one day and they just went crazy. And then every other time we bass fished around these local wine country bass ponds, whether it's at a winery or it's just one of these local little ponds, little lake. This is a wastewater pond. Reclaimed water, obviously it's not wastewater. Hold some bass in here. I've seen some caught and I've heard some others caught. I'd like to see for myself. I caught one small one a while back, but gonna see what we can pull in today. Couple of pumps. Let's bring it in. So the wind's blowing to my left that way. See if I can catch a dragonfly. And so I'm going to just kind of go with the wind on this worm since I don't have a weight on it, and just cast with the wind a little bit. Hold it. Hold it. Give it a twitch, couple, hold it. Caught more fish not doing anything with the worm than I have moving it around, unless they're just really aggressive and they're ready to strike. Dragonfly, I'd like to catch one of those and throw it on the end of a hook, see what I could catch. We're right at the end of those tules, seeing if there's any fish that are going to be wanting to come up and take a bite. And then, since it's the middle of the day with the sun bearing straight down on us, we're going to with the sun bearing straight down on us, we're going to go ahead and throw it out into the middle and see if we can get a little depth on our offering. Sunshine always wants to push them down a little bit. Never know where they're going to be heading out, what they're eating. Best time is the morning and the late afternoon. Ooh. That might have been me. And there we are. We'll fish it all the way to the top. So now we're going to go out and hit it just a little bit out, about 10 more feet. Just let it sit. And with that belly in the line, with braid and fluorocarbon, you're going to feel a fish on the end of a medium heavy rod when they take it, because it just very little stretch, very little givey in the line, and you'll feel them. Hard part is just letting them take it so you can set the hook. Might even just roll it in a little bit. Just roll it in. Crawling along the grass. See if one's in the area. Couple of pumps. And the worm's right up close to me, so I'm going to reel them in. And go ahead and cast out a little more directly in front of me. Another 10 feet off to the left. Let it sink. Let it float. They're supposed to be neutral buoyant worms. And with the weight of the hook and a little bit of the weight of the fluorocarbon, 15 pound, it will, sink just a little bit more than it'll float, but it really helps it out getting to the bottom, leaving a real natural action on it, so the fish will want to come up and take it. We're using a standard knot, clinch knot, one loop in the eye hook, 6 or 7 twists up the line, then run the tag end back through the loop, and that seems to work pretty good on the fluorocarbon. 15 pound. I don't know if it would work too good on the smaller stuff, but I've pulled worms and fish out of the bush. That was pretty intense. Pump it a couple times. Give it a little. Just at the lake in Wine Country, California, Sonoma County. Another beautiful day. No fires going on. Middle of the day, a little slow for fishing, but we don't care.